Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on page 225, and our objective today is, today I will divide using an area model with and without remainders. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, today's lesson is nothing new. We're just going to be practicing the area model with division. And today we don't know if there's going to be remainders. The first lesson we did with this, they said there wasn't remainders, so we knew all of our answers wouldn't have remainders. In the last lesson, lesson 9, they said they would have remainders, so we knew to expect that. Today's lesson, we're not sure what to expect. Some of our answers will have remainders and some will not. Okay, but that's the only new part of our lesson. So we're not going to write anything new in our vocabulary and our notes. We're just going to be pretty much practicing more today. So I'm going to get started right away on mine. Here is my first problem. My first problem says 735 divided by 3. So I remember that helps me in and out. Okay, so step 1 is I'm going to draw my rectangle. Step 2 is I'm going to put my dividend inside, my divisor outside, and my multiplication sign. And then I'm ready to get started. And remember, I like to do my place values to help me. So I'm going to start by saying, can 3 fit into 7? Well, yes, 3 fits into 7 2 times, but I'm in the hundreds place value, so it's 200. So after I do the division, I'm going to multiply. 200 times 3 is 600. And after I multiply, I'm going to subtract. And then I'm going to start over. I'm going to do it again. Ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, ready? I'm ready to divide again. Can 3 fit into 1? No. Can 3 fit into 13? Yes. How many times can 3 fit into 13? 3 can fit into 13 4 times, but I'm in the tens place value, so it's 4 tens, which is 40. So I divided, now I'm going to multiply. 40 times 3 is 120. I'm going to subtract. And then I'm going to start over and do it again. So I divide, multiply, subtract, and start over. Okay, ready? Ones, tens. 3 can fit into 1. No. 3 can fit into 15 5 times. And I'm in the 1, so it's going to be 5 ones. 5 times 3 is 15. I subtract, and this time I get 0, which means I have no leftovers. I have no remainders. So my partial quotients are 200, 40, and 5. And when I put those partial quotients together, I get a quotient of 245, and I have no remainders this time. Nothing left over, so I'm just ready to go. Okay, let's go on to my next one. I have 1,429 divided by 4. So I'm going to use my in and out strategy. Step 1, I'm going to draw my box, my rectangle. Step 2, I'm going to put my dividend inside, my divisor outside, and my multiplication sign. And then before I get started, I'm going to do my place values. Okay, and then I'm ready to start by dividing first. 4 can fit into 1? No. 4 can fit into 14 3 times, but I'm in the hundreds place value, so it's 300. Okay, 300 times 4, well, 3 times 4 is 12 and 2 zeros, so it's 1,200. So I multiply, now I'm going to subtract, and then I'm going to start over and do it again. Ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, ready? 4 can fit into 2? No. 4 can fit into 22? Yes. 5 times, because 4 times 5 is 20. But I'm in the tens column, so it's 5 tens, which is 50. Okay, so now I divided and I'm going to multiply. 50 times 4 is 200, and I'm going to subtract. And then I'm going to do it all over, start over. Okay, 4 can fit into 2? No. 4 can fit into 29 7 times, because 7 times 4 is 28, and I'm in the ones place value, so it's 7 ones, which is just 7. Okay, 7 times 4 is 28, and I have 1 left. Okay, so these are my partial quotients, and when I put them together, I get 357 with 1 left over. And that is my quotient. Okay, let's do some of these together, ladies and gentlemen. We're on page 226. 226, and here's our first problem. 476 divided by 2. 476 divided by 2. Okay, so we're going to say in and out. Okay, let's make our rectangle. That's step 1. Step 2 is we're going to put our dividend inside, our divisor outside, and our multiplication sign. Okay, and then before we get started, we're going to label our place values. Ones, tens, and hundreds. Okay, now we're ready to start. And remember, when we start, we do division, multiplication, subtraction, and then start it all over. So let's divide first. 2 can fit into 4 2 times. But we're in the hundreds place value, so it's 2 hundreds. Okay, now let's multiply. 200 times 2 is 400. And let's subtract. Okay, and now we're going to start over. Ones, tens. Okay, 2 can fit into 7 3 times, but we're in the tens column, so it's 3 tens, which is 30. 30 times 2 is 60. Oh, sorry. So we get 16, and we're going to start over. Okay, 2 can fit into 1? No. 2 can fit into 16 8 times, and we're in the ones place value, so it's just 8 ones. 8 times 2 is 16, and we have nothing left. So this will be our no remainder. Okay, so our partial quotients are 200, 30, and 8, and when we put those together, we get 238, and we have nothing left. So our quotient is just 238. Okay, let's look at our next one. It is 2,129 divided by 5. So this is our in and out strategy to help us. Okay, let's set it up. Step 1. Step 2, let's put our dividend inside, our divisor outside, and our multiplication sign. Okay, and then before we start, let's do our place values. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay, and now we're ready to get going. So we're going to divide first. So 5 can go into 2? No. 5 can go into 21 4 times, but we're in the hundreds, so it's 4 hundreds, which is 400. Okay, 400 times 5, well, I know 4 times 5 is 20, and there's 2 zeros, so it's 2,000. Okay, so I divided, multiplied, subtracted, and I'm going to start over. Ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, 5 can fit into 1? No. 5 can fit into 12 2 times. But we're in the tens column, so it's 2 tens, which is 20. Okay, 20 times 5 is 100. And then I subtract and get 29. Okay, ones and tens. 5 can fit into 2? No. 5 can fit into 29 5 times. And I'm in the ones column, so it's 5 ones, which is just 5. 5 times 5 is 25, and we are left with 4. We have 4 left over. Okay, so partial quotients are 420 and 5, but when we put them together, we get 425 with 4 left over. That is our quotient. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to continue practicing these on your own and with your teacher. Have a great day.